Alrighty. Last week, we found our brave adventurers pushing, decided to release a spirit instead of destroying or quelling it, honoring them favor with the settlement of fisher people that were in and around this underground river, and found themselves to a vast lake that they crossed slowly to find a brightly, or it's, I guess, somewhat dimly lit city with green that seemed to have a type of phosphorescent paint that gave off a nice glow. A market of sorts that you're able to get specialty drinks to stow away for a rainy day, as well as yeah, sharpen gear and get more information. You learned that giants that had headed this way had gone the way of this lake and river, and mostly had just talked about pushing, finding a great thing that was occurring, um, and you're able to certainly narrow down the ways they would have gone. So, Leslie, you've been going down this new stream for quite some time. A few days now have gone by. It's narrow and dark. You can see sometimes what looks like harvested creatures um, lie on the side of the tunnels here. So they were felled and their meat taken, and the rest of it left to rot, likely by those who've gone before you. As you continue, begin to notice more of a glittering from the few light sources you carry. Deep gemstones seem to be within the walls now. And the walls themselves almost shift, taking a brief appearance of like a rocky hide or skin before going back. And as you begin to look, you see pairs of eyes that stare. Maybe 15, 20, some follow you as you row further down. Anything you'd like to do?
Do the gemstones look like eyes?
So there's the gemstones, and then separately you see eyes that form. Then we'll kind of close going back. Then the eyes appear further down your path. It looks like several creatures following you, watching you.
Are they like in the water?
Within the walls.
Oh,
Guess they know we're here, unless this is just some natural monster in the cave.
like how many? About how many eyes do we see? Or sets of eyes?
At least over 15.
Do they seem? Are the size of them like bigger than humanoid eyes or smaller?
About the size of your fist.
Do you want to blast one, see what happens?
Is that really your answer to everything?
Kinda.
I don't think they're interested in timeshares, so why bother them?
Do you think this is the giants or just some monster that's in here?
All the giants we've met have been considerably louder.
Can I cast dancing lights and send them over to one side of the eyes?
Oh, sure. So your lights go, and you kind of highlight this rocky form as the walls kind of tremble and crack a little. As you go to the two, your light reveals a third one that opens. That looks to lights. They then close, and the three eyes open elsewhere.
I think the wall just has eyes here. I've seen weirder things.
Better than the fingers, I guess.
As they move, do I hear anything in their movements?
The most you hear is this it's almost like a sloshing sound, as though the stone is briefly liquefied as they move through it. As you look, a rather large mouth opens with looks like 50 or so teeth in a circular form. Those,
I send the lights over to there.
yeah, you can see the light. See the teeth now, a few rows, all looking very powerful. They go, you give treat.
I'll give it the potion of gaseous form.
Kind of shakes its head. Ugh. And so it's trying very hard. It's got stone, metal, food. Food is stone, metal. All gems, crystals here.
I take out a spare scimitar.
Hmm?
And guess I'll mage hand and carry it over to the mouth.
Oh, thanks. As it goes up, it takes a bite out of it. There's like 3 hands come out of the wall to hold it. And it seems to pass it to another set. Another takes a bite. And there is this rocky applause for your donation.
How are you here if there's no food for you?
Oh, it's food. It's just all gems. All fresh, good, just the same every day.
Let's see. And you can't leave? You just stay here?
Oh. And a few other go, oh, portal opened one way. We all came so good for the first few weeks. Then just the same thing.
Where are you originally from? Other side of the portal?
Plane of Earth. See them all swarm and move.
Are we not on Earth? Plane of Earth. Yeah.
Would you like to go back?
Ground. All the eyes, they go, yes. We've trapped you, only eating same thing good, but just all the time.
If you just want a change of scenery, I could probably send you to the plane of fire, but that's all I've ever been.
No fire, everything scorched. Burnt food worse than same delicacy.
That's true, I suppose.
Have you seen any others come this way recently?
Big folk, yes. They fed us. Fed us metal with writing on it. Very nice texture.
Can we not send them back to the plane of Earth?
Didn't you just want to shoot these things, Warren?
Well, before I knew what they were.
I don't see how that's better.
It's better to ask for forgiveness.
Oh, I don't have that capacity right now to send them back to the plane of Earth.
What exactly would we get out of it anyway?
Maybe if we ever go there, they can show us around.
Anything else you want to do here?
I don't have the ability to send them away. Even if I did, I don't think they can afford my fees.
I'll throw
Oh,
them.
bro, I know
throw 'em one of
you're
my
incredibly
shovels.
magic.
We say, my bro?
I'll throw them one of my shovels.
Hmm. Get very excited. And they will ask, I will say, if you. Oh, there are carving stones that the dwarves chased us away from. We would love them. You can get it. With them we can travel.
Are they close by?
A few more miles down the stream.
In return, you can give us jewels, gems.
Sure. Takes out this big uncut ruby and just places it down.
Good question, dude.
I try to pick it up. How how heavy is it?
It's about 300 pounds.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. I'll pick it up for you.
Where are we gonna put it?
I just said I was going to pick it up. Y'all have to think about the other stuff.
Well, maybe you can chop it up into smaller pieces more, bro.
I might could. Take Polaris and see if I can crack it.
You get 10%.
Gonna break Polaris. No, I won't.
Trying to cut it with players. That probably can't cut the gem with players.
I was going to try to just jam it down in there so I could break it in half.
So,
But that's okay.
I really need like one of those extra planar dimensions to throw things in.
You certainly would, wouldn't you?
What did you say?
You certainly would like to have one, wouldn't you?
I would. That's what I said. That is what I said. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose we could just bring it with us. You could look at your gem every day.
I will. You know what? I can send word back to that village, and they can get Peaches to send somebody to collect this.
Collect the hope. Right.
So a little further down the river is the stones they needed. Is that what they were saying?
yeah.
Well, we're headed that way anyway.
Could certainly drop by.
Perhaps they could give us smaller gems for DT. We'll see what we can do with no promises. We'll try. I'm rowing.
All right.
Wait a minute, I keep forgetting that I have Wish. I can do any spell almost. I don't know why I never remember that. What is the spell? Can I send this? Okay. How do I send this back home? Does teleport work across planes?
We're not on a different plane.
From the Feywild?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's right.
So does what work across planes?
Teleport.
No.
I mean, you can just create a pocket dimension, right? There's that spell. You just
What is it called?
Demiplane.
Yeah, okay. I will that's an 8th level spell, so I should be able to do that without needing any like special requirements or losing the spell, right?
yes, yeah. You wouldn't need the components for it.
Yeah, and the spell simply takes effect, the base 8 or lower. Okay. Yeah, I will cast Wish to God, it's such a stupid what he's gonna do. It's a 300-pound ruby. He's gonna cast Wish to cast Demiplane, I guess, under the ruby so that it just like falls into the Demiplane.
Psychotic.
Yeah. You wish it was in a demiplane. It vanishes.
I don't like the way you said a Demiplane. My wish would have been well, I guess like in the future I could say I wish that the Demiplane that I put the ruby in appears, but
You probably could have just wished to do like fabricate or something and made a gem.
that what?
Fabricate the spell.
I think one of the things is you could have created something like 50,000 gold pieces with Wish, I believe. That's his general point. You're good. So.
Yeah, but the giant ruby's pretty. You could make like a giant throne or a bed out of it.
Your shiny is showing.
Well, that was a perfectly valid use of powerful magic.
For sure.
Definitely won't be needing that spell later.
I'm sure this will be a nice short day. Short day on the water.
Just for giggles, how much is a 300-pound ruby worth?
It's probably in the hundreds of thousands of gold.
Yeah, but who has enough money to buy a 300 pound?
Okay, so now you've accepted payment, so now you got to complete the deal.
Oh, I guess I could have also used Wish to banish him back to his own plane too.
Well, there's quite a few. Yeah, it wasn't just him. It was,
Oh, okay.
Well, if you upcast banish, it's another one for every level. So an 8th level banish can get a bunch of them.
He said there's like 15, so like that still would have left some.
Oh wow.
All right, then you're ready to go forward.
I'll roll.
Next to the series of caverns, you can see this almost golden-like moss that seems to grow on the walls. Up ahead, you see a lone giant. Their skin dark, angular, grabbing tufts of it and putting it into a large basket on their back. As you're kind of rowing approach, what would you like to do?
Are we going to play nice, or are we going in hot?
We
Or
can
do we
go-
want to talk to this guy?
Yeah, we can at least go in prepared. And how many do we see? It's just one?
Just the one.
How far ahead is he?
Oh, say about 100 feet.
I'll cast message and say, "Hello, large friend. We come in peace."
Turns and the sound looks and their eyes narrow as they finally see you and respond to you within your mind using the message. I greet you in peace. I am simply harvesting for my sisters and brothers. Pass without pain or violence.
Can we see what he's harvesting?
This would be this golden moss.
Okay. He said peace, and we could pass without a issue. Something else we want to ask him?
Has he? I mean, has he seen any of the other giants coming through here?
Cast message again, and say, are you part of the troop of giants that came this way a couple of weeks ago?
I was here before, but I welcomed them. Much of the order gathers now. We are excited to see. They traveled far. Have you come to see or to grow in riches?
We have come to see. And where are they gathering? So that we may also go see.
After I finish, I could take you as long as you swear to the rune of peace.
He'll turn to the others and say, well, we got a tour guide if we swear to be peaceful.
Oaths seem to be somewhat of an important thing to Warden. Are we here to be peaceful?
I don't think we are. I think this is actually like some binding thing that we're about to do.
Have I ever heard of swearing to a ruin, what that does? It's like
If you have your tower, so go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Cool.
We'll say 29.
Oh, I still wish it's evil, but it's not. It's 23.
All right. So you're not sure what they're talking about.
You could just swear it and see where that goes.
Sure. Let's see where this takes us.
He will reply back and say, I swear upon the rune of peace that I will harm no friend that gathers to see this miracle.
You misunderstand, but then he reaches into a pack and he takes out this kind of looks like a large stone that has specks of green crystal within it, smooth, almost like it was made to be carved. And they take out their large finger and begin to shape a rune within it. And then around it, 5 other runes. And encase it within a circle. And it glows white after they finish. They place it down. Simply lay your hand upon it, and you will be bound to peace.
And what exactly does being bound to peace mean?
Yeah, what if we need to defend ourselves from creatures, monsters?
Peace towards my people. We are not monsters. We will not harm you.
Yeah, sure, whatever. He puts sand on it.
Okay, so your hand. And we see the rune briefly glow upon your forehead before it fades.
And you don't need to worry about these folks. They do whatever I say. They wouldn't dare do anything that I say not to do.
And waits for the other ones of you.
Yeah, I'll put my hand on the stone.
I'll walk up and do it.
Yeah, I would say, Larry, you definitely get this would bypass any like charmed immunity or the things like that.
Mhm.
Let's say, yeah, put it in. The rune appears. Rune appears. What about Morden?
This is such a bad idea.
That's all we ever do.
Yeah, I'll put my hand on it. Fine.
Very
Very
good.
reluctantly put my hand on it.
Fantastic. All right. So this is essentially a very powerful gesh. It's upon about being peaceful. It's only a psychic damage, and of course, there's a certain amount of charm to keep you from wanting to harm them. As they nod and put the stone away. And in turn, puts their actually before they do, they put their hand on it, and you see a similar rune. They go, "For my people is to not harm you. I can now not do a thing that brings you harm either." And looks their pack. Looks good enough. Follow a bit of a climb.
Climb. Then not
Indeed.
further down the river.
That is what we are watching, not what we are doing. And y'all are probably able to make this climb easy enough with their help, giving you various abilities. So, you all still follow?
Yep.
And as they follow up, what does it feel like? It's for almost any other group, low level, it would be treacherous. You're climbing at least 1,000 feet. What do you so you can just kind of story what you think it looks like for your character to climb this?
DT will just sort of walk up to the wall, and he'll take out some little he'll just tap the staff on the ground, and little wings will sprout out around his boots, and he will cast Levitate on himself, and he just uses the wall as like a to get momentum to just go up the wall that way.
Nice.
Last one up there owes 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, well, I won 1,500 from you last night, so I think I'll be all right either way. And then I think I just free solo up there, just no rope, just hands and feet climbing up.
Let's start climbing.
I'll start walking up the wall.
Well, that's not fair.
I love it.
Hush. Sorry, my dog was barking.
All right. As you go up, then you see the tunnels begin to widen as you walk up and keep going the best you can, following this up many thousands of feet, the air growing thinner. Everything slowly changing, and you can hear the rumbling of stones, the moving of vast creatures above. And
Yeah.
the air begins to change to this code. And you finally emerge into a high wind-carved ledge overlooking vast mountain hollow. Of course, you're not alone. See dozens upon dozens of stone giants. Some unmoving, some slow, but they sit mostly in a deliberate circle along the mountain's edge. Some kneel, some sit cross-legged, others just stand like statues, forgotten by time. None speak. They almost look like they're carved until one shifts. And the mountain almost groans beneath it as it does. They all stare into the center. In their line of sight, you see large runes that each are lit in golden light. Light spilling across the surface. And your guide simply says, "Welcome to our place where we watch and lets out a voice. Come. Grab food and bring it to your primaries so that we all may feast unto what the Scion has provided. And a few representatives, a few of them all get up. One always, at least one still sits or stands staring as many of the others come to move and grab large handfuls from the basket on the back. Right. Here you are.
So how does the Scion provide?
As it grows closer to awakening, it gives us the sustenance and shows the loss. This is only here because they are here.
And is this Scion just some provider, or do you have other plans for it?
I smile. One of tiny stature. We do not plan. We wait and watch and see what will occur.
Well, you have to think something might occur. Do you have any thoughts on what might occur?
Either. I'll go, We talk of many theories when we are not having to watch. We wonder if the dwarves will stop, or if their greed will propel them. Their greed, their passion, leads them likely towards their own death.
If the dwarves will stop,
Yes.
what are the dwarves doing? Mining too deep?
And points to one area and speaks in giant. And after response will say, "You may stand upon the shoulder of Elder Garreteau. See for yourself."
I'll hop on their shoulder, I guess.
Let's get that 30 feet up. And as you come in line on their shoulder and their sight line with the golden glowing rune, as you stand in the same line of sight as them, you see almost this ripple of golden light. It's not a vision. It's a pass through. Lets you see into the hollow below, underneath the stone. And there you see this vast city of glowing runes. It's like this dwarven metropolis, carved into this cavern so vast that the outer reaches of it disappear into shadow. Tier upon tier of stone, deliberate symmetry, bridges spanning what almost look like impossible differences. You see platforms gliding silently along etched paths. Entire districts stack like the workings of a colossal machine. And everywhere you see there is light, not from flame or lanterns, but crystals. Sapphires, rubies, and veins of strange radiant gems that pulse from the walls. The streets, the pillars themselves, a steady glow, controlled, woven with faintly gleaming runes that crawl across the stone like veins. And from your point of vision, you see this solid stone lift that just smoothly rises, guided by these glowing sigils. You can see places where water is flowing uphill through carved channels without spilling a drop. Almost like the whole city is really just a system that has been made and carved. And your eyes get drawn downward, past the ordered tiers, past the movement and light, to the city's deepest point. There, in what looks like a chamber, something that rests that is clearly not made by dwarven hands. A cradle of stone and crystal. A geode that looks like the size of a fortress. Its facets shifting, growing, pushing outward into the surrounding rock. As if the mountain itself is being forced to make room. And there, the light burns. Bright, almost unstable. And several dwarves seem to be watching it, guarding, carving runes whenever they see a crystal grow too fast. Almost like they're there to contain. Would you like to do?
Did the dwarves cause this? Did they break some sort of seal?
One next to you, well, that was your guide, kind of talks. They've done many things. They found this place. And they uncovered it. Using secrets that were not theirs to learn or have. They created this city. It seems as though the more they use these runes, the more it grows restless. Like a feedback of its own energy.
They're using your magic to make this city.
Yes.
How long has this city been here? I don't think I've ever heard of a city in these mountains.
Not long. Less than a decade. it was, well, what we've seen seemed to have been just a place where they mined. We did not become aware of it until recently, when we all heard the groans of Scoreus' scion.
And you're just going to let it destroy their city?
We do nothing. We watch as the stone does and see what will come and record the changing world like all stone does. They have been warned. They have been here. They have been told. That is why they guard, why they seek to use the power that is causing the slumber to be interrupted, to try to make it go back to sleep. Maybe they will succeed, or maybe they will not.
Will you be upset if they do succeed?
Kind of pauses. No. It is simply what must happen. One day, when it is time, the walls back to Amun will lead us. We will show our worthiness. Whether it is now or in centuries. Stone does not care.
This desire for worthiness seems a little apathetical to your uncaring attitude.
They raise an eyebrow. Explain.
Well, you're saying you're uncaring and it doesn't matter, yet you desire to see your god again.
We do, but it says it is unclear whether it is through the acts of Scurius or their scion that this will be done. It could be by our own achievement. It could be by the awakening of the old powers. Everything differs so much. We want simply to know. And we'll watch whether this is a gift to the small folk. Or a tragedy, and out of it will everything be broken. We meddled before, and the father left. It's many worry. Our order wishes to just watch and observe, in hopes that one day we will observe his return, or our return, to his own cradle, to his place, beyond where we can travel.
What if his desire was for you to move past him? Just to be guardians and to watch?
Maybe. But sometimes it's better to simply choose a course. If action kind of looks. What would you suggest, small one?
I wouldn't suggest anything. It seems like you are on a good path, but this desire to meet your creator again, someone who it seems like set you in the right direction and left. My headset cut out. Maybe he hopes that he won't have to come back and that you'll be able to be self-sufficient. You won't need him. To grow and flourish on your own.
Maybe those. But though there are those who share your thoughts, they grow and they move forward, and we will see if they find what we all wish, and then we will know.
Is there a group of giants in these mountains that aren't like you? More hands-on?
Sorry. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 24.
So, excuse me. Hey, look. There are those that have hidden with the miners and the carvers. They may seek it to crack. They have long taken disguises that we cannot see through or track. But we suspect they are still there. Donned the skin of the dwarves.
And if something were to happen to these giants, you would not be upset?
They have chosen a path of interference that comes with consequences. We might grieve. Some may even be angry. There are those that stand here that do wish one result or the other, but are committed to watching and not interfering. But they will not seek vengeance. At least not directly.
Well, it seems like we have possibly come to the wrong city, but I'm glad we did.
Well, now you have seen what it is you are going to, and have a view you might not have gotten.
Well, I'm certainly glad we are friends. You don't seem like what we first thought we were getting into. Do you know anything about a dragon? Dragons?
They is the one that sleeps but is waking. Where all pieces are traveling to Exandria. That one we sometimes look upon. It's to the south. Down below there is one which they have captured. They keep it fat and large. Its flames melt their metal and fuel when they need heat to jumpstart their runes.
Do you know where this dragon came from?
Seem to it kind of goes. They had constructed a circle. It came in through their teleportation from another place. But we do not know where. We just saw it appear and be used for their system of a city.
Well, we appreciate all the information you gave us, and I hope you do think on the words that I said here. I'll hop down to the rest of the group. And I'll let them know everything I saw and heard. And I think we came to the wrong city.
Wrong city how?
There's a dwarven city in the mountains, and they're the ones breaking the cradle unintentionally.
But shouldn't we stop that anyways?
Right, but these giants don't have anything to do with it. They're just watching it.
That's good. Should we go visit the Dwarven city then?
How far away? How long would it take us to get there?
From here, you can kind of see, and they would let you know it's not long, actually, just a few hours to get down there. Basically, you feel like if you would have continued along the creek, the river rather, you would have gotten in.
Ah,
So you're very close. You just went to more or less the observation tower before.
unless y'all have any business with these giants.
I don't. Let's go on to. We can go to the Dwarven city.
Good thing we didn't swear about it to them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of why I made sure. But we also won't know they're giants when we're down there.
All right, so do you want to set off?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Then with that, let's go ahead and go to our break. Welcome back.
They accepted our taxes. They said we have the.
Alrighty. Still good. Buddy. Got everybody? All right.
Yep.
So now pushing kind of within the paths that were shown to you now that you have an idea of weights below. Question here. How is it you want to, like, what's your intention as you're going into the city here?
Raining fire and death. No. Sorry, I was trying to answer for Warden. I think we want to see what we're getting into, right? We want to go in stealthily first, at least, or at least non-aggressively. Do we know if they've seen us?
You don't feel like the city probably has. So that's what I was kind of asking, because like before you would have just kind of gone in the way you went in, but now having an idea of what you're facing, you have an idea of what it looks like, you were able to see through the runes, you kind of have more of an opportunity to control your approach.
You two are the war guys, so and Laren, you're the brainy wizard.
What? Maybe we could just visit and offer to help them contain whatever they're trying to contain.
Did you say they're breaking the cradle unintentionally?
Yes.
Did I misunderstand that?
Yes, it is unintentional.
We could tell them we have experience with cradles, and we have experience breaking them and then putting whatever's inside to sleep, but they don't need to know that.
That is true.
Okay.
Let's go in. I think DT said non-aggressively. So
All right, so just kind of walking in, just going, hey, everybody. That's kind of the idea.
yeah, just kind of easing into it. Maybe it'd be a little more reactionary than trying to control the situation off the top.
Sounds like a plan. So, begin approaching, and even in the tunnels that lead below, what you really find is kind of cracked crevice that you're able to descend and then get through what looks like a ruined hallway that has this crack in it. Seems to be made for the giants to get in when they need to. You walk down the halls. Gems that have had runes inscribed upon them glow to lead you forward. And this finally comes to a main dais where you can overlook the city once more. The platforms that float in midair, the sights of the upward flowing water, and even fire that seems to take shapes and move in paths. And mounted upon goats, you can see two dwarf guards armed with runed armor and swords that look up, clearly not recognizing you. State, oi, go. Where do you travel from?
Over there.
Over where?
The from where the giants are.
Oh, those eyeballs. Creepy up there, always watching. So you came from the outside. They still have their little ways they keep making to get into our tunnels, or do we have more damage to take care of?
No damage. We're just here to observe. Here you got some cool stuff inside.
Yeah. Now you really sound like those giants.
We're also here as envoys from business leaders from both Wildmount and the Feywild. We are looking to expand business opportunities into your wonderful city, if possible. Or perhaps export something awesome from your city. Perhaps a trade agreement between nations. Or at least between small businesses.
Okay. All right, investors. And potentially industrial buyers. Starts to look a book. All right, and what company is this? What is your organization?
Well, I am here on behalf of the Foreign Legion of the Summer Court. Specifically the Mercantile Legion of the Summer Court. Looking for sources of trade for the Summer Court under the guidance of the Chancellor of Commerce, and these here behind me are shareholders of and owners of Wizards of the Roast and Wizards of the Toast, the Exandria's premier coffee shop boutique coffee shop and pastry shop and wedding services studio.
All right. All right, so support for Summer Court. That would be diplomatic, and then so this is matchmaking. And coffee. What's the nature that you think you might find here for those
Well-
industries?
Oh, well, you mean in exchange?
What are you looking? Yeah, what are you looking to get?
Well, we've heard that you all are expert miners and crafters of all sorts of beautiful armors and jewelry. Is that not true? Have I heard this about a different city?
So armaments, all right. That makes sense. What about what does it have to do with coffee?
Well, in exchange for bringing coffee, coffee and pastries and other services that we have to offer from all over the material plane, we can come to a trade agreement where we bring X number of coffee at a discount, and you give us a X number of armaments at a discount.
Okay, so these are bundled organizations, not separate ones.
Say that again.
These organizations are together because you're saying the coffee, but the coffee serves the summer court, which is the roast and toast are underneath the summer court's umbrella. That's what they have to do with their armaments.
It's like have you ever heard of conglomeration?
Right.
The king of the summer court is a owner and shareholder in these businesses, yes. But for the summer court specifically, we would also offer have available to you all sorts of exotic and wild fruits and materials that can only be found in the Feywild.
Well, at any rate, sounds enough for we do have some weapon technology. Keeping it on the private sector. I don't know. Let's see here. So you're gonna have to speak to our ambassador wing. Kind of writes a little writ up. So you're not looking for industry technologies or anything like that. So yeah, so it'll be our war department and international affairs, and kind of writes all this up and hands it to you. Goes, all right, so this kind of says what your business is. Of course you can bring there's selections of what our various industries can do. Consider look at those, but as you get down to the lower sections, you have to stay within where you have official business according to the writs there.
Great. Sounds easy enough. He'll hand the writ to Warden. Here you go, multipass.
Enough. And do they let us into the city?
They do.
So are we just heading to these war people, or are we gonna try to look around?
Are we unescorted?
Correct, they're not escorting you.
Okay.
You're like led to the city, and there's like dwellings and things like so. Like basically, they said you have free range on the upper level. As you go down to the lower, is when they expect you to stay within your path of business.
So we can look around while we're up here. the lay of the land. So is this more residential, or do we see different businesses, or as we walk
Yeah.
along?
So up here, there are several. I would say you get the sense here that there are places where people stay. They very much have the idea of like flats or tenements and those types of deals. There's not like a lot of family type of deal. It's like large like rooms being like maintained and rented out. And then there's several businesses. At least it's almost like a more like showrooms where like the newest approved technology is. You see the idea of controlling the flow of like small scale water, how it can be used. You even see like this idea of being able to move heat energy from like cold into something that's hotter than it. Um, some like shielding, just levitation, movement. Specifically, you can see like things that move and fly are not broomstone powered, which is what all of you would be very like used to seeing. That these seem to be different types of stones and gems. And showing how some of the like a stone can take several commands, like the movement of water and heat, energy, and those commands together to make unique combinations.
This would be interesting to add to the Wizards of the Rose ability to transport hot coffee and turn it into cold brew. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, you could definitely discuss a collaboration with them.
DT is just taking notes on the various businesses that they pass to report back to Peaches later.
Yeah. So you see, like, there's even like a model home that's like looks like they essentially have heating, water flow. They have light that controls in different rooms by these glyph rune panels. Looks like a rune air exchange. Another one you see a crystal, like someone speaking, and as they do, it begins like filling with this violet light as if containing the conversation.
I wonder how all this works, Larry. What kind of magic are they using?
One said they source it from, well, giant ruins from the cradle, but it's definitely interesting.
Did it give us a direction to where to enter to the head to the lower section?
Yeah, you have the rough directions on how to get there. Going down, and you can pass by what looks like a statue of a Goliath individual, where it's marked Gothic. Seems to be their name, and like called the Great Rune Teacher. And people seem to pay some respect to it as they go by. And there's a lot of like kind of broken chisels that are kind of laid like an honor at their feet of the statue. But if you'd like to make your way down to kind of the quarters area that you want to go to, you can.
Does anyone want to look around here any further? Well, I'll start heading towards the second level.
All right. All right, as we go, you know what? All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I've been getting sicker and sicker here.